Hello guys, in this video I'd like to explain the use of the RequestParam annotation in Java web application development with the Spring framework and Spring MVC. I am Nam Haming at codejava.net. So what is the use of the RequestParam annotation in Spring MVC? Basically, you can use the RequestParam annotation to bind a method parameter of a handler method in a Spring MVC controller class to a web request parameter. And you don't always need to use this annotation because of Spring MVC's automatic parameter binding. However, consider using this annotation when you need to specify a parameter's default value. Explicitly declare a parameter as required or optional. A method parameter to have different name than the bound request parameter. And here are some attributes of the RequestParam annotation for your reference. Name or value. Use this attribute to specify the name of the request parameter to bind to. Default value. Use this attribute to specify the default value when the request parameter is not provided or has an empty value. Require. Use this attribute to specify whether the parameter is required. Default to true. And note that if the default value attribute is specified, then it sets the required flag to false. Now let me show you a real-world example of using the RequestParam annotation in a Java Spring Boot project. As you can see, I have a Spring MVC controller class and a handler method list users for the path/users. And you can see in this handler method, it has three parameters: page, size, and short. Okay, and now let me start this Spring Boot application and open the new internal web browser. Let me open web browser, internal web browser here. Okay. Okay, so I type a request URL here, localhost/hht users, and specify the request parameters page equal 1, and the second one size equal 10, and the third parameter short equal name. Okay, and in the console you see it prints the values of the web request parameters in the URL: page 1, size 10, and short name. What if I don't specify any request parameters in the URL? Then you see all the parameters got null value: page null, size null, and short null. So you can see it's the automatic parameter binding from request parameters in the URL to the parameters in the handler method. Let me specify the parameter again: page 2, size 5, and short is email. You see, now it prints value page 2, size 5, and short email. That's the default parameter binding feature in Spring MVC. Now, instead of having null values when a parameter is not provided, I want to set a default value. So I need to use the RequestParam annotation. For example, I want to specify default values for all three parameters like this. So I need to use the RequestParam annotation. Okay, and then I specify the attribute is default value to specify the default page number is 1. Similarly, I use the request param annotation for the second parameter size to specify the default value for page size is 10 elements per page. And for the last parameter, I want to specify the default value is the default sort field is by name. Okay. And now if I hit an URL without any request parameters like this, you can see the default values are used for the parameters page 1 size 10 short name. For example, I specify only the short name is email. Okay, you see page 1 size 10 and short email. So this is the first case which you need to use the request param annotation in Spring MVC to specify a parameter's default value. And another uses of the request param annotation is that when we want to explicitly declare a parameter as require optional. For example, for the third parameter sort here, I want to specify that it is not optional, it is mandatory parameter. So I specify the require attribute, which is of type boolean here, to true. Okay. Then if I hit an URL with parameter page 3 size 20 and not provides a sort parameter, page equal 3 size equal 20 and sort and no sort parameter. So you see I couldn't somehow I got an issue because the sort parameter is required. Let me test using a Chrome browser. Okay, so when I don't specify the third parameter sort, I got the error bad request for OO. And you can see the error message require request parameter sort for the method parameter type string is not present. So this is when we need to use the request param annotation to specify explicitly declare that this parameter is required using the required attribute of the request param annotation. So I need to specify sort parameter here by email field. Okay, it works now. Okay, you see, makes sense. And there's another case in which you need to use the request param annotation in the handler method is that you want to use a different binding name. For example, in the request URL, we use the parameter sort here. Okay, but in the code, we decide to use another name for better code readability. For example, sort field. Okay, so you can see now the parameter is name is different than the web request parameter in the URL here. If I hit enter here, I got for error. For error here you see require request parameter sort field, but in the URL it is sort. So the name of the method parameter and the name of the request parameter in the URL are different. So in this case, I need to specify a different binding name. So I specify the attribute is sort. Okay. So it will bind the parameter in the request area with the name sort to this method parameter name sort field. Make sense? Okay, now let me test again. Sort is address. Okay, it works now. You see, base 3 size 20 and sort arrest. So the request param annotation is optional. You don't always need to use this param annotation. This request param annotation use it when you want to specify default value for a parameter. Declare a parameter is require optional and specify different binding name like this. That's my explanation and examples of using the request param annotation in Java web application development with the Spring framework and Spring MVC. I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share this video. Thanks for watching.